This is the English Literature Web. I am Prof.L.B.Gayakawad talking on the notion of the register. This is the second part of the register notion. So here we will see that every business has a particular register. Remember, there are many businesses on the earth. There are many persons, various type of people are living their lives here on this earth. And so every person has his own business. So there are many businesses, and thus every business has its particular register, means language, means the style of speaking. We saw in the first lecture. By taking that reference, I am here explaining the next thing. So this register or this language plays a social role in society. So remember, every business has its own register, but this register or this language plays a social role in society, because the language is social, and that's why this language plays the social role, because language is made for society, and the purpose of language is to help society, and that's why this register or this language plays a social role in society, and its speaker speaks the register or the speech or the language as per he has been given to it. Means means as per his business is there, as per his business is there, or as his business is there, as he speaks that language, that style, that register or that speech. It is a miracle that there are different styles within a register. Now see, very important point now, which is here to be discussed, or we are going to discuss very different type of point here. What is the point? It is a miracle that there are different styles within a register. Means there is the register, there is the language, there is the speech. In that speech or within that speech, there are different styles. That is the point. Means now see, if there is the medical business, there are the many styles. Means the doctors are MDs, but they are different type of MDs. The doctors are MS, but they are different types of MS. Means one doctor is giving us the treatment of nose, then throat. We can say he is the end. My point is that this doctor talks about our nose, our throat. Means his specialty is different. And then there is the second doctor. That doctor is MD. He gives us medicine only. Then there is again the doctor who gives only the surgery. Then there is the doctor, he gives the medicine on the accident. Means many people are there, they go through the accidents, and in this way there are many doctors, and that's why within the register there are the sub registers or sub styles of language. That is the point here. So it is very clear that it is a miracle that there are different styles within the register. For example, there is a lawyer who speaks formally. Formally means as per his law. There is a lawyer, there is the advocate, and that advocate always speaks with his law, means he speaks always formally with his fellow lawyers. With his fellow lawyers means what? with his advocate friends. Means when that advocate or that lawyer is in the court or in front of the judge, or when he is with his friends, he talks in his formal language, means he talks in his lawful language, as per his law, as per he has been taught, or as the law has taught him. In this way he talks with his friends, means he uses the language of law with his friends, with the judge. It means a lawyer uses his own business register. This is called the own business register. Means the lawyer uses his own business register to speak with his business friends. With his business friends means with his advocate friends. He uses the business register, but he speaks informally. He speaks informally. Informally means what? Without formally. Means he talks very easy language. That is called easy language, we can say. So, but he speaks informally outside the court. Outside the court means when he goes outside. Suppose when that advocate goes into the canteen and he drinks their tea. When he drinks their tea, or while drinking the tea, that lawyer speaks with his friends in the easy language. Means that style is easy. Means he will talk there informally with them, or he will talk there informally. Informal means he will abuse them, or he will interestingly talk with them, or he will not take anything seriously about talking with them. But when that lawyer is there in front of the judge, or when that lawyer is in the court with his advocate friends, he will use the formal language and he will talk in that language only. But when he will be outside in the canteen while drinking, or suppose while eating something, he will talk the informal language. Means he will talk in the everyday language. Means common language he will use. He will not use the language of law there. That is the thing. While drinking tea in the canteen with his friend lawyers. Means when that doctor is there, when that lawyer is there in the canteen, he will talk with the canteen person, with his friend, with the same friends. He will talk in the informal language, easy language, or in the everyday language. So that lawyer has the two types of languages, means registers. One register is his own lawful register, and the second register is the register which is used for his friends outside the court. That is the point. That's why we can say here that the merchant, the doctors use the informal conversations with his friends and relatives in the marriages or in the celebrations, but he or they speak with same friends in their merchandise language or in their medical language. Now we have taken the example of the shopkeeper. If there is a shopkeeper, that shopkeeper, when is in the shop, he will use the register of the retail language, the register of the merchandise language, or the register of the shopping language. But when that shopkeeper is in the marriages or in the celebrations, he will talk the language, or he will speak the language which will be the common language of his friends, of his relatives. It is very same about the doctor also. Means the doctor also will do the same thing, or I will say everybody will do the same thing, because when everybody is talking about his business, he will use his business register, and when he will sacrifice his business for some time, he will use the common register. Means he will use the register which is very easy, which is very everyday register, which will be spoken with his friends and relatives. That is the point here. Thus, within a register itself, there are many styles which are dependent on or upon the relationship. It means that in the register there are many styles, and these styles depend on the relations. Means if two farmers are speaking with each other, how their relationship is there. When the two doctors are speaking with each other, what type of their relations are there. Means all these relations decide the registers. All these relations decide the preference, decide the relations of language. Means these relations, these I will say these behaviors of theirs or their relations, all these things decide their speech or their registers of the speakers and the listeners. Means there are the listeners or there are the speakers, and these speakers speak and the listeners listens, and when they talk with each other, they use the different types of styles, and so it is said that in the registers there are different styles of speaking. The mode of communication is spoken or written. Means when these two persons are speaking with each other, suppose two doctors are speaking, the two lawyers are speaking, the two farmers are speaking, the two teachers are speaking, they speak with each other with the help of the communication, and the communications are spoken or written. Means they write or they speak. That is the spoken or written. It means they inform each other or they communicate with each other in the means of spoken or in the means of written. That is the explanation. It is clear that the social usage of a dialect or registers are not limited. So we have seen in this part many examples, a lot of information. By that information we can say that the register or it is clear that the social uses of the register or the dialect are not limited. Means they are very unlimited. So there are many types of people. When we see the example of Indian people, then India has lot of languages. Means there are many races, there are many castes, and all these races or castes have the different type of languages, and there are the different type of businesses. So it is very clear that the social usage of dialect or register are not limited, they are unlimited. It means they are very limitless. Means they have no any kind of limit. It is very clear. So in the literary register we have the stylistic variations regarding writer's relationship to the persons in their literary pieces or in the literary pieces. In English literature, Robert Browning uses the style of the dramatic monologue. So here I will explain that there is the poet. The name of that poet is Robert Browning, and when he writes his poems, he uses the register or he uses the style of his speaking as the dramatic monologue. Means he has written all his poems in the dramatic monologue. That is also the style, or that is also the register of Robert Browning. He is very much pompous about his wife, from whom he demands a handsome dowry, as his first wife has been killed by him. The story of the poem is that the name of that poem is My Last Duchess. In that story, or in that poem, he talks in his dramatic monologue that there is the Duke and his wife has been killed. Means the Duke has killed his first wife and now he wants a second wife. And so that's why he is very much pompous in talking with the father or envy of that second wife. So he has used the register or the style of speaking very miraculously. Means he is a different type of man, because he is talking very pompously outside and he is there very different type of person in his inner side, and that is the thing which is shown by Robert Browning in his dramatic monologue. That is the story, and we have taken this example only for showing you the different type of styles and the different type of registers, and in the registers there are the different types of styles of speaking. Only to explain this point we have taken the example of this poem also. Here today we have seen the notion of register in the part 2nd, and again we will see the notion of register in the part 3rd. So I am Professor L.B.Gayakawad, requests you all to share, like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.